So today marks my 1 year anniversary of running TC Car Sales full time. In the last 12 months, we've sold around 140 cars and just under £600,000 worth of vehicles. But when you take the 600,000 divided by the 140, look, the figures are nothing astronomical. And like I've been told and like people always say, look, turnover is for vanity. Profit is what we're concerned with. So we could sell £10 million worth of cars. If you're not earning money off the bottom of that, it's not worth doing. But that's where the business is at, 140 cars-ish, which is, you know, it's not amazing, but it's good enough, I would say. It's good enough for the amount of stock that I've got, the amount of stock I've gone down to. Obviously at the start, it felt like I was flying, but I think I learned a valuable lesson at the start where I was being a bit of a busy fool. I was trying to be everyone's best friend, trying to not make as much money on the cars as I should, helping other people out. I had cars on SOR, sale or return, which didn't work out too well for me. And some of those vehicles led to my highs and lows of the business. I mean, if you've watched these videos over the last couple of months or year or so, you'll see that I lost a lot of money on some vehicles, which was a real low for me. And at the time, I don't think it affected me as much as later on. And the reason I say that is, like I said, I nearly lost £5,000 on one van. And at the time, you're like, well, you know, look, let's go. But when times are slow, that £5,000 means a lot to a business of my size. So I think I've learned as well that I need to be more zoned in. I couldn't help anything to do with that deal, but sometimes you can be a little bit like, oh yeah, we'll knock that off, we'll do this, we'll do a deal. But every penny counts when you're running your own business. The highs, look, there's probably lots of highs, but in general, I'm quite a negative person, yeah. It might not come across like that, but I could go out there and sell 10 cars, and then one of them might ring me up and go, hiya Tom, you know, the battery went dead last night. And I'll be like, oh no, the battery went dead. Oh, you know, how can I fix this? I'm on my way with a battery. You know, I wouldn't come on you then and tell you about the 10 I've sold. So I could probably bleat on about the negatives too much at times, which is it's just me. That's how I am. So this morning we landed from holiday. Been away for a week. I had a lovely time in Ibiza, and I loved it. I really did. And I suppose for about a day, 2 days, I did manage to leave my phone alone and switch off, but there's just no switching off mentally. You know, I'm sat there and I'm watching and I'm getting involved, but my mind is elsewhere. And it's a shame really, because now I'm back, I'm thinking, why didn't you just enjoy it a little bit more than you did when you were there? But, you know, that's just what goes on. And there was something stuck with me the one night where I was sat around with my kids at the table and Bianca, and my one son said to me, Jude, Dad, what was the hardest day or the scariest day of your life? And I was like, what a question, the scariest day. And I tried to think back of something where I've actually been scared. Having kids? No, because when I met Bianca, she already had 3 children. Then we had the 3 sons together. So Bianca was already a pro at having kids, so that didn't really scare me. And it did dawn on me, the scariest moment of my life that I remember was 12 months ago, pressing send on my resignation letter and kissing goodbye to that comfort blanket and saying goodbye to the security of a great job, working for a great company. And when I'm on holiday, thinking that, well, I've got my holiday booked in now, so it's fine, you know, there's no need to worry. So yeah, typing that up and hovering with my finger over the send button and then pressing send, that was probably the scariest moment of my life. But with being the scariest moment of my life, I would say it was probably one of the best decisions of my life so far. And I say that because I feel like this last year has been my most memorable year that I can remember of, not of my life, but of my adult life in a way, yes. Because the last 15 years before that, I suppose I was just in that rut that we get stuck in, the 9 to 5 or 7 till 6 or whatever the hours were of just earning enough to pay your bills, just ticking over and just existing. You know, I don't feel like I've existed this last 12 months. I feel like I've fought for every single day to keep this business going and to build this platform with you guys out there watching these videos. And I feel alive. I honestly feel alive these last 12 months. You know, I feel like it's given me a whole sense of where I want my life to be and how I want it to go. Whilst away, I also allowed the X6 to go live. It came available for people to get involved in. And look, Honest Tom rears his ugly head again. But guess what? It didn't work out as I planned. It sort of hasn't had that sort of emotion around it that I was hoping. But Does that mean that I'm going to throw the towel in on this? No, it doesn't. It means I've got to work harder. And this is all part of this big old journey that I started 12 months ago about developing this business, and myself. Leaving that comfort blanket behind me and venturing out into the big scary world on my own, yeah, finally, has been fantastic. It's been great for me and my family, I would say, as well. So my message in this video is, if you've got something, right, that you're passionate about, if you've got something that you love to do and you want to get out there and do it, and I have had lots of messages off people, not just to do with cars, in other walks of life. How did you start? I don't know. I'm no expert, but just go and do it, because it will work out for you if you really, really believe in what you want to go and do, yeah? As time goes on, and as I get a little bit older, and I'm not saying I'm old and wise, because I'm not, but time is very precious. So if you're stuck in the job where you're not appreciated, you're working for a big, massive company who don't care if you turn up 5 minutes early, and when you want to go and watch your kids in sports day, they go, oh, you know, you need to book that off. Or if you're in a job that you love anyway, but you really want to do something, go and do it. Because I promise you, these last 12 months, I have felt alive. I felt like I've finally come up and seen the world for what it is. So, my final message to everyone who might have stayed this long on this video is thank you. Thank you for everyone in the last 12 months who've tuned in, whether you've commented, whether you've liked, whether you've bought a car off me. Whatever interaction you've had with me over the 12 months, I really do thank you. And my family, my wife, my kids, my mum and dad, everyone who's supported this, I'll be forever grateful. So thank you for watching, and I will speak to you all again very soon.